is what is, now that's 0.9%, 0.9% we like to call it, of $3,000. Again, what is 0.9% of $3,000? So don't think that's 9%. Don't think that's 90%. It is 0.9%. All right, so let's take care of that as it is. Let's see how we're going to work with this. All right, we're going to look at a couple of ways. First one, since I've got that decimal there, some of you get a little nervous when you see those things. All right, it is 0.9%, as I said earlier. What we're going to do, we're going to change that into a decimal. You say, well, Ernie, it's already a decimal there. When we go from percent to a decimal, then we're going to multiply. So we're going to look at it two ways, two options. I'm going to let n be the thing I'm looking for, which is, by the way, the amount, what is, the is part, if we will. And we're going to take that percent and change it to a decimal. Now, folks, remember, we got to move the decimal two places. Sometimes you wonder, which way do we go? Do we go to the left or the right? You definitely take it to the left. All right, take it to the left, because you will be making a lot of money if we go to the right, guaranteed. So let's take it here. It's going to be two decimal places, which means we create some zeros. So we got not 9/10 anymore, we got 9,000ths with a th on the end of it. And we're going to multiply that by the $3,000. Now, here's where we got to be careful. When you take 9 times 3,000, you get 27,000. But you know what? You've got 1, 2, 3, count them, 3 decimal places to pull things back in. So what's really going on here, you want to know what's really going on here? You're really going to end up with $27. Now, you say, what's so good about that? Well, if it's an interest problem, or if you were getting interest in your bank account, you would be getting $27 extra. Perhaps you'd have not 3,000, that we don't usually say that, $3,027, okay, when you put it all together. But let's look at another option. Let's suppose we want to use the proportion method, all right? And again, that's where we do the part over the base. And in this case, where do we start? We start with $3,000. That's our base. We're looking for, once again, that point of n. On the other side of the coin, here we go. We have 9/10, that's our percent, which goes over 100. Now remember, percent means divided by 100. Also, it means hundredths, okay? In this case, it became thousands because we had to move 2 places. So we're dividing by 100. That's why we shift 2 places on the decimal. So let's put 100 underneath there right now. We're going to do the cross multiply game, all right? We're going to cross multiply here. We're going to get 100n going this way, because that's what 100 times n gives us, right? And going the other way, we're going to take 3,000 times 9/10. I'm going to put that in parentheses so we don't get all our points confused. That's a multiplication. That's a decimal. All right. So we multiply. We've got 100n. Wow. And over here, we're going to have 2,700. Now you say, Ernie, I thought it was just $27. Well, it will be, because what we got to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have to divide by 100. And we divide by 100, basically, those little zeros go away, these hundreds go away, and we end up with 27. And see what either way works. Either way works for us, all right? So some people like to do it. That's pretty straightforward in this kind of problem. The proportion keeps you straight on where you're putting all your numbers. The proportion will come in handy when we start looking for what percent, and we start looking for the total or the base down there. Where do we start? But we don't know, all right? But in this case, either way, you get the right answer, $27. And there you go. Take some money to the bank there, all right?
For more math help, visit TNLearn.org.